Maybe you've thought about making your home feel simpler, but you don't know where to start. Or maybe you already tried once, pulled everything out, filled the room with piles, but it only left you exhausted and things slowly crept back in. Or you're somewhere in between, doing your best to organize, to donate, to clean, but somehow your space still doesn't feel light. The truth is, clutter isn't just about things. It's also about the way we think about those things. So if what you're looking for is a real change, not just tidying up, but feeling calmer in your own space, you're in the right place. And before we dive into the steps, I want to talk about something I call the fear of not enough. Because behind almost every pile of clutter, there's a hidden worry. What if I'll need this later? What if I don't have enough? What if letting go is a mistake? Once we see those fears for what they are, that's when everything begins to shift. And don't miss step number 10. It's the one that surprised me the most, and it might be the one that changes the way you see your home. So let's get started. Step 1, start small. Not all. A common mistake is pulling everything out at once, the whole closet, every drawer, the entire shelf. It feels like a bold start, but 5 minutes later, you're standing in the middle of chaos, too drained to finish. Begin with something you can finish in one sitting: a single drawer, one corner of the counter, even just the bag you carry every day. Finishing a small area gives you a clear win, and that sense of progress makes it easier to keep going. I once started with the basket under my sink. It was full of dried sponges, half-empty sprays, and things I hadn't touched in years. Clearing it took 10 minutes, but the relief was huge. Another time, I tackled just my handbag: old receipts, candy wrappers, pens that didn't work, gone. The next morning, leaving the house felt lighter because I wasn't digging through clutter just to find my keys. When you start this way, you don't burn out, and you're more likely to create small routines that keep clutter from coming back. From these simple steps tomorrow, I'll take you into the kitchen and show you 20 super common things your kitchen does not need, so you can clear space where it matters most. And now let's continue with step 2, because this is where clutter finally stops piling up again. Step 2, build simple routines. Sometimes clutter creeps back, not because we don't declutter enough, but because we don't have steady routines. We drop a bag by the door just for now. We leave dishes in the sink, promising to do them later. We pile mail on the counter, thinking we'll sort it tomorrow. For a moment, it feels harmless. But the truth is, little things left undone today turn into clutter tomorrow. If this feels familiar, here's something simple to try. Choose one routine that keeps things moving. Maybe it's 5 minutes before bed, walking through and clearing off surfaces. Maybe it's putting your bag and keys in the same spot every time you get home. Small habits like these mean you don't wake up to yesterday's mess. For me, it was packages. I used to leave them sitting on the dining table until I had time. Days later, the table was buried, and it stressed me out every time I saw it. Now I make it a rule: when a box comes in, I open it, recycle it, and put the item where it belongs right away. The table stays clear, and I feel calmer. So remind yourself gently, routines aren't about being perfect. They're about giving yourself fewer messes to face tomorrow. And once you've built that rhythm, you're ready for step 3, making it easier to remember where things belong. Step 3, make it easy to remember. You know that moment when you open a drawer and just freeze because nothing really has a place. I used to do that all the time. I'd move things around from one corner to another, but the truth was, nothing had a clear home. That's why it always ended up messy again. What helped was making it so obvious that even on a busy day, I didn't have to think. A tiny label, a sticky note, or just deciding this basket is for batteries, nothing else. The goal isn't to look perfect, it's to make life easier on yourself. For me, the turning point was my drawer of cables. Every time I needed one, I'd be untangling knots and getting frustrated. So one afternoon I sat down, put each type in a little pouch, wrote on the outside what it was for, and that was it. The next time I needed a charger, I pulled it out in 2 seconds. No digging, no stress. That's the real secret when you make it simple to remember. You make it simple to keep tidy. And that's what sets you up for step 4. Step 4. Break big piles into small spaces. Have you ever tossed all your office stuff into one big box, pens, paper clips, batteries, chargers, and told yourself you'd find it later? The truth is you never do. A big container only hides the clutter. What actually helps is breaking things down. Small trays inside a drawer, separate jars for each little thing. When every category has its own spot, you don't waste energy digging. I used to have one giant drawer for everything tech. Headphones tangled with chargers, batteries lost at the bottom. One day, I bought 3 small pouches, one for phone, one for camera, one for laptop. It took 15 minutes, but now I grab exactly what I need in seconds. No digging, no frustration. That's the point. Smaller spaces give you more clarity. And once you see how easy it feels, you'll be ready for step 5, simplifying what you wear every day. Step 5, keep clothes simple. Sometimes closets look full, yet we still feel like we have nothing to wear. We hold on to pieces that don't fit things, that don't feel good. Or clothes we keep just in case. All they really do is make choosing harder. The truth is, more clothes don't mean more options, they mean more stress. A gentle shift is to notice what you actually wear most weeks. If something hasn't been touched for months, that's your answer. I once had 5 pairs of jeans but only wore 2. Letting the extras go gave me more space, and getting dressed in the morning felt calmer. Decluttering your wardrobe isn't about losing variety, it's about keeping what supports you now and letting go of the weight of the rest. Step 6, simplify the decor. It's easy to think. More decorations make a space feel warm. A candle here, a picture frame there, a few extra vases on the shelf. But over time, all those little extras start to feel heavy. Instead of cozy, the room feels busy. Try clearing a surface completely and leave just 1 or 2 pieces you truly love. Notice how the space feels when it can breathe. Often, less decoration makes the things you keep stand out more. I once had a coffee table full of books, candles, and random trays. It looked styled, but every time I needed the table, I had to move things first. When I kept just 1 stack of books and a single candle, the whole room felt calmer and the table was actually usable. Decluttering isn't always about storage or closets. Sometimes it's about creating breathing room for your eyes and your mind. Step 7, cut back on everyday extras ever. Notice how the smallest things make the biggest mess. A drawer full of mismatched socks. A pile of kitchen towels that never seem to get folded. Pens that don't even write. They look harmless, but these tiny extras quietly eat up time and space. The truth is, we only use a handful of favorites. The rest just sit there, turning simple routines like laundry or getting dressed into something harder than it needs to be. Keep only what you actually use each week. Enough to feel comfortable, but not so much that the extras bury you. I once had a drawer stuffed with socks. Half of them were buried at the bottom, never touched. I cleared it down to a small set I actually wear, and suddenly laundry folded faster, and I could always find a matching pair. Decluttering isn't about stripping away comfort. It's about making space for what really works. And once you've cut back on these tiny extras, you'll be ready for step 8, looking at the baskets and bins that promise order but often add to the clutter. Step 8, clear out extra bags and boxes. Ever open a closet and get buried by falling paper bags or shipping boxes? It feels like they multiply overnight. We tell ourselves they'll be useful someday, but most of them just sit there stealing space. Keep only a small, reasonable amount, just enough for reuse when you really need it. The rest can go straight to recycling. I used to save every bag from shopping trips. Soon, one cabinet was crammed so full that bags spilled out whenever I opened it. Now I keep 5 folded neatly in one spot. It's plenty, and suddenly I had space for things I actually use. Letting go of extra bags and boxes gives you back hidden storage and clears the corners you didn't think you could fix. And once those piles are gone, step 10 is where everything comes together, shifting your mindset so clutter doesn't creep back in. Step 9, let go of the duplicates. How many spatulas does one kitchen really need, or how many scissors, mugs, or hairbrushes? Most of us keep 3 or 4 of the same thing, but always grab the one favorite while the others sit untouched, stealing space. Keep only the ones you actually use and love. One reliable tool is almost always enough, and the extras only create clutter you don't notice until it's in your way. In my kitchen, I had 4 spatulas. Every time I cooked, I reached for the same silicone one. The others were old, cracked, or just awkward to use. Letting them go didn't leave me short. It left my drawers clear and easy to manage. Duplicates seem harmless, but they add weight to your home. When you let them go, every drawer opens smoother and every cupboard feels calmer. Step 10, shift the way you see. Enough decluttering isn't just about clearing drawers or closets, it's about changing the way we think. So often clutter builds because we don't feel safe letting go. We hold on just in case. We buy more than we need because having extra feels secure, but the result is a home that feels heavy instead of supportive. Start reminding yourself that what you already have is enough. You don't need 5 backups to feel secure. You don't need to hold on to everything just in case. The more you trust that you'll have what you need, the easier it is to release what you don't. For years, I kept stacks of spare towels just in case guests came. The truth: we rarely had more than one visitor at a time, and the extras only took up space. Once I let them go, the closet felt lighter, and I realized we were never lacking. A lighter home starts with a lighter mindset. When you believe you already have enough, clutter loses its grip. And that's the heart of it, not just a tidy house, but a calmer way of living, one small decision at a time. Decluttering has changed the way I live, not in one big sweep, but through small choices, step by step. Each shift gave me more room to breathe, more clarity to focus, and a calmer space to come home to. My hope is that these 10 steps give you a gentle starting point wherever you are on your own journey. Remember, it's never about perfection or getting everything right the first time. It's about creating a home that feels supportive, one small step at a time. And sometimes the smallest change is the one that brings the biggest relief. This is a video I truly enjoyed making, and I hope it encouraged you to see clutter in a new way. I can't wait to share more with you. Tomorrow's video is all about 20 super common things your kitchen does not need. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you won't miss it. I'll see you there with more simple, practical tips to make your home feel lighter and easier to enjoy.